Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Anna Murphy is here with Many Hearts Counseling, and in today's video I really wanted to dwell on this question that I do tend to hear a lot with my clients, and it is, why is this happening to me? And I just wanted to highlight that this question is not just asked by you, the individual that's even watching this video. It seems that 99% of the people on this planet Earth do ask this question because they all feel like they're victims of life. So at the end of the day, I don't like to use the word victim. We've been taught to say that if we have victim mentality, then we allow things to happen to us, as opposed to understanding why things are happening the way that they are around us. But just for the sake of using a word that will resonate with people, we're all victims of life. And again, using the word victim very lightly, because I don't like for us to give our power away. The point of life is actually to come into self-actualization. So without having the challenges and the hardships and what we consider to be victim roles, we wouldn't be able to get self-actualization, because we wouldn't be able to know what it is that we need to solve and fix from within us in the first place. Actually, we're not broken. We don't really need to fix anything, but there are thoughts that are non-serving us based on situations that we've had when we were an adolescent or a young child, sometimes even as an adult. Situations do happen that are imprinted deep within our nervous system, and then from that imprint we wire thoughts and emotions that stay with us predominantly, that then shape the person that we become in various situations. And things do feel challenging, and then we ask that question, why me, why this, why now? Well, in reality, we are all victims of life. We all have challenges that we face. No one is spared from having to have some sort of lesson in life. We all have them. It's just some people have been chosen to have a few more challenges than others, a few more core beliefs that they have to knock down, compared to maybe another peer, or maybe even that hurt that came from a situation. The situation itself might vary in degree of severity, if that makes sense, because not one person is equal to the next. We all have individual experiences and therefore opportunities to grow in this life. So just know that you are not alone when you ask that question, why is this happening to me? It is the most common asked question, and everyone asks this to understand why the things that happen to them are taking place. And I'm reading actually this really wonderful book by Robin Norwood. It's called Why Me, Why This, Why Now? And this is just recapitulating what we already know as therapists about the challenges of life and why they are present, and that indeed they are present in every single living soul on this earth. So the minute that we start to look at it in that way, even just shifting out of that question, like, why is this happening to me? And just knowing, oh yes, everyone faces challenges. Yes, everyone has a lesson or lessons that vary in degree of severity that they have to, actually they don't have to, but it would be nice and to their benefit if they were able to work with it and make it become the opposite experience. This is why actually counseling is so good, because when you go to see a counselor and you talk about something that is super present and challenging in your life, they don't just simply listen with no judgment. They also normalize that experience, that it is within the parameters of being a human being, that challenges happen. It is not something that is happening to you that is astronomically different than somebody else. It is in your parameters of your human experience to have challenges. It's just that those challenges do vary from person to person. And the answer to the question, why me, why this, why now? It is because it is what life is actually meant to be. Life is actually meant to have challenges. We are meant to feel emotions. Emotions are very much part of our human making. They're part of our biology. They're here with us. And I have shared with you guys before that most of the emotions that we feel predominantly produce negative feelings. So we are always working against the odds every single day that we are living. But then in the same sentence, we are so grateful to even have life and to be able to have this experience, even though it is so challenging. I know it's such a opposite thing to say in the same sentence. Life is so damn hard, but then so grateful to be living and to be having this experience. And to be able to even ask the question, why me, why this, why now? It is because this is the way that you get to your nirvana, to your self-actualization. And you are not alone in asking this question. And just know that everyone experiences different forms of hurt, disappointment, grief, sadness, anger, and they all stem from somewhere. So once you understand where that anger comes from, or the sadness or the fear, then you can free yourself from that. And then situations or people will not reflect that back to you anymore. Because when, for example, say that you have been betrayed in your relationship, unless you heal that betrayal, you are not going to be able to live your life without challenges and asking yourself that question, why me? Why did this happen to me? Healing betrayal is probably one of the most difficult things to overcome. And it takes hard work and dedication and a lot of internal raising of your self-worth and knowing that this was not done to you to hurt you. It was done as an experience that was meant for you to have in order to get to the place where betrayal will never happen to you anymore, because you know that this is not what you deserve. You deserve the complete opposite experience of that. But it's really hard to get out of the feelings and emotions that a betrayal in a relationship can cause. But it's not doable. With diligence and with education and with willingness, anything can be overcome. So don't be hard on yourself if you feel super challenged when something happens and you get triggered. Just know that this is totally normal. And unless you heal the challenges that have been presented for you in this life, it's really hard to move forward and not have things bother us, because that's how we know what we have to fix in the first place, is because we start to feel bothered, uncomfortable, not okay. It's not aligned with where we are meant to be. So we want to literally shed it, and just putting it under the carpet, sweeping it under the carpet does not work, because the universe will continuously bring things back to you to remind you that, hey, this has not been healed. Or even worse, it might show up in your body in other ways, such as a disease. Because at the end of the day, like Louise Hay used to say, a disease is a dis-ease within your body that has been manifested from from maybe something that has given you a lot of anxiety, or something that is giving you a lot of stress, and you are afraid to look at it head on. So instead of looking at it head on, you keep it hidden, but it's still in your subconscious, and it affects the way that you behave in other areas of your life. And it will continue to be a challenge until you look at it and you resolve the issue at hand. So that is the answer to that big question. Why is this happening to me? It is there for you to resolve. It is there for you to get to your happily ever after. It is there for you to get to your self-actualization. It is there for you to get to a space where things or situations or people will not ruffle your feathers from within anymore, because you will have dealt with it. When I think about my old self and how many things used to ruffle my feathers in a day, it was actually quite a lot. And then the time that I spent trying to understand other people's actions as opposed to thinking about my own actions and why I was affected that way, it was only then when I saved myself time, thoughts, negative emotions, and was able to come to a conclusion and able to heal what needed to be healed. So for example, if I'm walking down the street and I see someone that I know and say they didn't say hi to me, old me would have internalized that as if I did something wrong. Why didn't they say hi to me? What's wrong with me? They must not like me. I'm not likable, and things of that sort. But once I healed my little self and I was able to understand why those thoughts would have been in my mind predominantly to begin with, because growing up, it was we were very much taught that everything was our fault. So I always grew up with a negative self-view. So it makes sense that I would interpret this event as an adult in the same way. But someone who has done their work, or who has been raised in a household where their parents instilled a positive self-view of them, if that same situation happened to them, they would not internalize it as if that person doesn't like them or didn't want to talk to them. They would have different thoughts in their mind, and they would sound like, oh, they must have been really busy, or maybe they didn't see me, or maybe I'll send them a text later just to check in to see, because maybe they look like they had thoughts on their mind. Like, the whole world does not revolve around us, but when we have not healed ourselves and we still ask that question, why is this happening to me? We haven't grasped the idea that this is what life is about. It is about getting to self-actualization and solving those uncomfortable puzzles that keep showing up in our life. And I promise you that the minute that you do that and you take a step back and you, instead of asking the question, why is this happening to me? Asking the question, okay, what is this trying to teach me? What is my core belief about this situation? What is my thought behind this circumstance? Why am I feeling so angry about this? What is causing this uncomfortableness from within me? And then you can just free yourself, and then little by little, all those little links will just fly away into the universe, and you're gonna walk around planet Earth not being bothered by people, situations, events, because you will have healed it. And how wonderful is that? If you have any more questions, comments, concerns, especially about more content on this book, and like actual tangible maybe plans on how to get to your nirvana, to your best self, to your place where you are free from the challenges that you are currently facing in your life, please email me, annamorfides@gmail.com. I am always happy to work with you. I am so grateful that you have run into my channel. I'm so grateful for all this knowledge that I have been gifted and applied to myself and know it to work, and I can share it with you. And if you like the channel, please do subscribe, as I will be making a lot more videos in the near future. I'm kind of feeling inspired again after taking a little bit of summer break. And I'm wishing everyone a super wonderful day full of gratitude and uncovering of things that are taking place around you, not to you, but with you, in order to get you to your best version of yourself. And twin flames, this is the biggest journey for you, because as twin flames, you will have the most challenges to face in this life, especially if you embody the feminine energy. This is the time where the divine feminines are looking at every single challenge, at every single core belief, at everything that feels uncomfortable in your body. This is a really big journey for you guys, and I am here for you. If you needed help to write it in the smoothest way possible, actually, I should probably make a separate video on that and put the link below on how to survive the twin flame journey and how to make it really work in your favor and understand it. And okay, so with that, I'm going to close the video, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much.